Welcome to the MainSplaining channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
I'm gonna start that one over.
No. Let me tell you what's happening in my life right now.
What's happening?
I'm playing a joke.
I was actually about to ask. You wanna tell me something that
There's
I
always
don't
something
know?
happening in my life.
In life, generally speaking.
Just in life. You know, it was raining the past I think it's a week. Let me not exaggerate. Almost did.
Yeah. Almost lied to
Like
the
it was-
people.
It was raining heavy. So I noticed something after the rain,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. What did you notice? What did you notice?
What I noticed was, dude, it's so green and bright. Everything is so green. Just everything was so, it's so green and bright. That's what I noticed. And then something came in mind. I was like, they say, when it rains, rain washes away. I don't know what it washes, but usually the bad stuff, just washes them away. It got me thinking, where does it wash them away?
Where do they go?
Like, where do they go? Where is this place?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so last time you showed me this video.
Me?
Yeah, there was this very short clip. It's you, was it USB or whatever it was, and then it had all the information.
Oh yeah,
But
that
and
video.
I'm not sure if I'm explaining it correctly.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It has this information where, what is it? The inventions of the world and
Yeah, I think almost everything.
almost everything in that
in that
USB.
USB.
And then what it says? Where do you wake
so,
up?
Okay.
Yeah, give
Let's
us a
do this.
background.
So,
Something
okay.
like
So, here's the thing. I'm not gonna say you wake up, but yes, you wake up. Let's say 1,000 years. Before now, right? 1,000 years from now. No, not before now. Yeah, 1,000 years in the past, right? What the heck? But yeah, you wake up 1,000 years in the past.
go.
You wake up 1,000 years in the past, right? And you have this stick. There's all the information, It's like every little, it has all the inventions that you can most probably think of, if I'm not mistaken. It's a good spot, but yeah.
You placed us here. Proceed.
Okay, so you wake up 1,000 years from now with a stick that has like up to about almost all the inventions that we have today, right? And in this stick, what is required is now that you extract the information from this stick that is going to prove how intelligent you are. With one catch, though, there's no PC to extract the information from the stick. So how do you do it?
How do you do it? You can't do it.
You can't.
Even if you're a master building PCs, you still couldn't do it. Even from the hardware, if you knew how to, you still couldn't do it.
Still couldn't do it.
Yeah, as good as dead.
Yeah, as good as dead.
You're good as
Yeah,
dead.
so that's what that guy was saying. Like, you're not as smart as you think. Essentially, what he's saying is that you're definitely not as smart as you think.
You know what? I'll have to agree with that guy.
Because you can't do nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing you can
Can't do
with
anything.
There's
Because what you have essentially is someone else's invention.
Yeah.
You're going to prove someone else's invention. A finished product that you can't put together.
Yeah. Take for instance,
You
roads.
can't generate electricity.
Take
Where are you gonna get copper?
Yeah.
Because you still have to mine it.
it. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. Even if you could build a PC, how do you turn it on? How do you even get the material?
How do you?
Because someone has to make those parts. Like the way we are so connected, we take it for granted. That, you know
Yeah.
what, as much as we need one another,
Yeah.
we need these industries to,
Coexist.
coexist and work together, so to speak, for lack of a better term. But it makes you think.
It does, doesn't it?
It really makes that's why no matter how intelligent you are, like take even the smartest guys, then place them during that time. Would be the dumbest around there because you can't prove what he's saying. You can't prove. Even the biologist, take him to that time. Because he starts talking that, it sounds like gibberish. What?
Yeah.
X chromosome. What are you talking about? Suddenly, now you have to try and make these people see your point of view. See, that jargon. That jargon is just a problem already in itself. So there's no way you could make it. As I said, like take the roads, for instance. It took time. You understand? It's steps. You have to make those mistakes and okay, now we're gonna start using this and that. In terms of how Rome built their roads and stuff.
Yeah.
Layers upon layers upon layers.
Yeah.
Then you come back like, okay, maybe if we do it like this, but then it needed that beginning. Even with the PC and everything. Like there's steps and steps, and then today you just wake up and you're laughing. What are you laughing at, bro? You should thank those guys. Because it does processes.
We say they're dumb, but they did
Yeah,
something
but they
that
did
if
something
you had to do now, you wouldn't
be able to do it. That's what I'm saying. Throw people in the jungle and you'll see just how dumb they are.
I mean, you get these shows where they'll take common folks.
Yeah.
I think it was Bear Grylls. He took common folks and he would take them to the jungle or to the wilderness, and they'd have to survive there. It's all of these intelligent guys. These people we hold to a high standard.
Yeah.
In normal society, and they just couldn't cope. They lose their minds. You had an option whether you wanted to stay or go home. Some would end up going home.
It's convenient. Take it like this. You're in a lab.
It is convenient.
You're in a lab and you're creating something.
Yeah.
But then there's a cleaner. You don't clean. Like most of the time, you don't hardly do the basic things that you're supposed to be doing. Because your job is held to that standard. Right?
So you don't do anything.
Yeah, so you don't do anything. And what is this word I'm looking for? It's understandable. You're there to do a specific job, right? Do it, you get done with it, and then and someone else will clean up your mess, Someone else will handle the lights and everything. I mean, just a lot of things are happening there that you have nothing to do with. The cylinders that you are using, you didn't make them.
You just put them together.
Yeah, you just put them together. Somebody even bought them. So there was someone who did that before, and I was like, this is the best cylinder to use for this type of chemical, this type of, and so to you, when you get there, you don't need to know it's already there.
Yeah.
That's how you advance. That's what I'm saying. You're skipping these processes and then you take them for granted. That's what I'm saying. Get me the smartest guy, place him there. He wouldn't survive.
Yeah.
He wouldn't, because the world is so convenient, and he takes it for granted. It's so convenient for him. People do things for him. He doesn't have to do much anymore. So when you place him there, 1,000 years, 1,000 years ago or whatever, during that time, you place him right there, he wouldn't be as smart as he thinks he is. In fact, I'm willing to bet he would discover things that he didn't know.
No, yeah.
Just, oh gosh, we are putting these things and these things together, and these guys just do it with 1, 2, 3 steps.
Yeah.
It's so convenient. It's even safer, it's like, I always feel like when something is, we humans, we have a problem. Yeah. the problem is, once we discover something,
Yeah.
we what's this word I'm looking for? I would say overdo it.
Yeah.
Right. We concentrate on it too much. We just emphasize on it,
Pointless.
we are pointless. Like, just take for the diet. You remember when they found out, okay, fat is bad.
Oh.
They just they just didn't want in it. But they didn't get the whole thing that no.
You
This
need
kind
the
of fat
fat.
and this much fat. It's just, so I feel like every time when we discover something,
Even with sugar, it was the same thing. It's
Yeah.
like, oh no.
no, it's the worst thing. And
Yeah.
No, wait. Let me explain how sugar works.
But when we tell them pork isn't good, they don't stop.
Yeah, that's a different conversation. People love pork. People love pork so much. Do they put it in everything? I didn't even know, I'm not sure if they still do, but I'm sure they still do it. That,
Yeah.
certain chocolates have
pork
that
fat.
pork fat in it. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
No,
I
am
also
thinking,
realized that they put pork in like almost everything.
almost
It's like
everything.
sugar.
Yeah, it sounds like sugar. You just can't run away from it.
Yeah. And sometimes when they explain these chemicals, it's like, those are like, sometimes it's I don't want to say, it's pork extracts.
Yeah.
It's things that they extract from pork. So they write it in a sense as though it's a chemical that they put there, but you're finding that it's an extract from pork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what I was saying, like with if you took that guy, that biologist, and take him there, and then he had to explain how the body works, and he wouldn't make sense to them, right? He wouldn't make sense because it's like that, what do they call it, that X and Y chromosome, whatever thing. It wouldn't make sense to them. They're like, what is that? No, this is how we can tell this is a boy and girl. Yeah, but how did you get there? How do you know? It still doesn't explain as to, because it's not written, X says, okay, you're a boy, and Y says you're a girl, or whatever. Right? So I don't know how, but it still doesn't say. How do you know? How can you tell someone is a boy or a girl? It still doesn't answer. And to them, it's like, since you studied in it and now it's a language, it's the best way to describe it. Oh no, it's an X. Yeah, but we don't see that. How do you know? Because nobody walks around with that X. And as I said, the X and the Y again is a conversation on its own. How did you get there? Right? It still didn't answer. If you're a boy or a girl, it still doesn't answer. You need to explain it to make people understand. That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't be as bright as you think you are if you were to reach people, like, go back to the, because that's a millennium, like 1,000. It's way back. So imagine trying to explain that. Then oh gosh, I can't even. The only thing maybe would be brighter is, there are certain things you'd stick out in, as usual. But I don't believe you'd stand out for me. I really don't. Especially for the common person. The common person definitely wouldn't stand out.
Do you know how big the first computer was?
Dude, I think I saw that picture.
Yeah.
How much of it? 1 kilo? What the space mega? What, I don't know. But it wasn't that much.
But it was big.
Yeah.
It was big. It was big.
Yeah, very big.
Yeah.
Now you get gigs in them. So that's why I'm saying you're looking at it like it's so bright. But it was those steps that led to that.
Getting
to the steps.
Always inheriting someone else's knowledge.
Yeah, knowledge,
and then bettering it.
Yeah,
and that's how we
that's
move
how
forward,
we move.
But it isn't that you are now brighter than the person that came before you. It just means that, you are able to improve on that design.
Take it like this. It's like a person.
Yeah.
Like all of us, we lived for close to 500 years. Makes you think what you can invent yourself eventually because of the experience and stuff. And, makes you think, because essentially what's happening, it's like one brain just keeps developing as it goes. Wait, yeah. Because if the information is still there, so when you get there, it's like the same. That's what I'm saying. It's like you living that long and realizing, you know what, this thing is too big. Can I just make it a bit smaller? Guys, can't we make it a bit smaller? And then just it, because you can live 1,000 years. It's fine. You have that much time.
Yeah.
You're right. I think that's where we humans don't get the concept of living that long.
Yeah.
That's why we always think the best times is when we're young. No, it's not when you're young. Or when you die, no. Imagine if you lived forever. Things that you would be able to do. You know, the perspective of life would be totally different from now. That's why if I'm watching a movie or something where they try and describe a certain character that has lived for 1,000 years, they'll never do it justice, because they just can't grasp. They always bring it to our level, you know. Yeah, but then for me, he has to be totally different, because he sees things we can't see. And I would say that
he's things that we don't know.
And I would say that he's far more intelligent. He has to be more intelligent than us, because he has more experience than us. He knows, okay, guys, if you do this, trust me, I know the consequences after 1,000 years, or just after 100 years. You don't want to go down this route. Trust me. You get what I'm saying. So when they write them, they're always, I don't get it, man. And then they're going to create maybe a character, a young person that suddenly just knows that's, Because if you notice the world, and I've known why it's such a mess, it's because we started listening to kids.
Yeah.
That's it. That's why the world is we just started listening to kids. If you watch movies, it's mostly an adult who's starting to realize something because of a kid. It's a kid. Imagine, what kind of society are you building?
With people that are not even learning the world, but don't know anything
about it.
The world that they just came into. Now know more than the people who've been on this land or the world more than they have, longer than they have. Now all of a sudden, you are having to listen to people that don't know anything.
Wouldn't it make sense why we only, and that's what I'm saying. That's why we always take like adults as these people who have lived, and they're just trying to mess it up for us, because they've given us that
perception.
I wouldn't even call it that. They've indoctrinated us to think that way. Not respect
that they don't know anything.
Because that's how much I think Chinese people have that culture where they always just respect the elderly. So it gives you a different perspective in how you approach life, other than always looking. Now you're at a certain age. It's time for you to, because I believe how the Lord made it is, every phase in your life is supposed to be exciting and negative and good and but it can't always be bad. That's how I see. But then since there's an obsession of staying young, and I don't know, man, this obsession of staying young, so then you miss out on a certain period in your life, because you're still trying to relive what you think was your best time in your life.
Instead of appreciating where you are
right now. So now you don't look up to grown-ups, you look up to kids. And what do kids know? Kids are stupid, man.
And you know what that ends up, what ends up happening in that situation? Society, you can't tell the difference between a child and an adult. They dress the same, they behave the same.
That's exactly what's happening. Because every adult wants to be a child. It's the obsession of staying young. And it's not just...
There are spaces that are for adults, but now you find that there are kids in those spaces. So now you honestly, like,
you can't
it is
tell.
very hard to tell who's the adult and who's the kid, you know? And you speak to adults and you'll be like, hey, bra mang, or malung mang, you know? Yeah. Don't call me your uncle. I'm not your uncle. I'm not your uncle. It's like,
I've heard them say that.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm just respecting you. That's it. Like, why can't you accept your age? It's your age.
You're like my father's age.
Yeah, like my father's
age.
I'm not supposed to be your buddy.
Then you're supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to be your buddy.
No.
It means there's something wrong with you. I'm not supposed to be your buddy. So. Like, you're supposed to aspire me to be better.
Yeah.
I shouldn't feel like what I'm doing now is the limit. Okay, this is what. No, you're supposed to aspire me to, certain achievements. And what do I mean? Not just, but mental, the way you think. Gosh, this man is a bright man. I wonder, will I ever be like him? Something like along those lines. Can I
like
really take something from this person?
The thing is, at the end of the day, when you look at it, it's like the one way to destroy a nation is to make the men as useless as they possibly can be. And I will say again, South Africa has one of the most useless men in the world.
I couldn't agree more.
They have they lack ambition. They have nothing to stand for. They have nothing to fight for. They live for nothing but alcohol.
Exactly. Our biggest demon.
And so we think that if we sit in our circles as men and drink alcohol and
talk like kids. No one is pushing anyone to, because that's the point of being, that gathering. It reminds you, that listen, you can also achieve 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So we're sitting now, we're talking, and we're talking valuable things. We're talking, godly things. Yeah, I did this for my family, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Damn it, you know what? I need a wife. Important things. Things that build society.
Yeah.
Things that please God. Just that kind of conversation.
There was a time where communities were protected by men. I honestly just want to say this. It's more of an issue with black men than it is with other races. Go to Indian communities, man, those people know how to stand together. You go to white communities, they know how to stand together.
Imagine people that have, like, take us for instance.
I don't know about colors, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think they're much different from us, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
No,
you know what?
Yeah.
They're one of us.
Yeah.
They're one of us. Anyway, take us. Like, we don't have a culture of marriage.
Yeah.
Every time we don't have it, but go to a white community, they have they even made it a culture. Those guys get married young.
Yeah.
Whether male or female,
they get
married young. And people are always talking, no, they are financially no, they're not.
They're not.
I would know. They're not. They just it's their culture. They've made it a culture to get married that young. It's an achievement to them. It's not like us, because I've also heard people say marriage is not an achievement. If so long you don't see it that way, you'll never see the value of it. Why is it an achievement to get a degree? Why is it an achievement to get a job?
But it's not an achievement
to get married. It's a growth. It's a step in your life. You're growing. Kids don't get married.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you realize I'm doing something that adults do, so I am there. I'm reaching that level.
And some things you need to understand that they bring stability in your life. You need them for stability. So getting married is a part of you getting that stability in your life, that sense of responsibility.
Take it this way.
Okay, excuse me, but we really have a thing. We have very selfish tendencies as black people. Yeah, we are too one-dimensional. I don't even want to say two, but one. The only thing that you care about is yourself. And you can have kids and you won't raise them. You send them to your grandmother. So,
we are really good at that one.
Yeah. And then we brag to each other about
having kids. What are you doing?
Leave me alone.
Anyway, as I was saying, take it like this. You know? Leadership.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. For me, every male has the characteristic.
Yeah.
You have to have a leadership
Quality.
quality in you. Why? Because you'll have to lead a family. So everybody has it, but it's the levels that differ. Okay, God makes you, I equip you with this leadership, but I don't equip you with leading the community. There's a difference. But I will equip you with leading a family. So it also teaches you to lead.
Yeah.
People depend on you. Do you know, like, and I know people get this, some do, the responsible ones. Like, for people to depend on you, that's pressure. For people to depend on you. Yeah. Same time when something goes wrong, what do we do?
They look to you.
They look, what do we do? For some, if that's what I'm saying, if you're not trained or you're not used to it, it's too much pressure. So what do? That's what you said, men are useless. Run to the tavern. There's no responsibility there. There's no responsibility, man, when you're always talking about stupid things. You know, touch and go. I met this girl, we did that. No, there's no responsibility, like nothing to shape, you know, because the only way you grow in life, you have to go through hardship. That's just how it works.
Like
easy
we
things you can't grow
from. We better have conversations where we speak in good light about our women.
Yeah.
We really don't. You know, I think, you know, these womanizers will speak bad about women. When they are womanizers, it's like...
Yeah. And never, but they are, you know, because we are good at that, to speak bad about other women. But, you know, when it comes to our sisters, our mothers, you know, they're the best in the world. It's always interesting.
Yes. But do you know that there's someone somewhere out there who looks at your sister
and be like, yep, that's it.
What
That's all
you
she
see
is,
in other women. I almost said a word I wasn't supposed to say.
It was a close one.
Very close.
But that is where we are.
Yeah, that is where we are.
So how do you then build a society that men think like that?
Again, you see, if there are no men, if you let the women lead, they're gonna lead emotionally. So,
and what can they do? I mean, there's no male leaders, so what can they do?
What can they do? They have no choice. They're not leading because they want to,
because these men don't want to.
Another sign of a cursed nation.
It's a sign of a cursed nation, because no man is leading. There's a huge difference between a man's voice and a woman's voice. We've had this conversation before, but it's just that men don't want to step up.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. We have to speak productive things, you know, things that add value to society, that take it further.
Can we really just focus on getting married and let that be
let that be an achievement.
It seems as though it's really not an achievement to us.
You know, when people don't want something, they always make excuses of it. Like, they expect. You ever take an example, like you going to school? I use school because the way it's marketed, right? I use school because it's the way it's marketed. When you and this is the era where it starts. You might not see it, but this is exactly the era where it starts.
Yeah.
Your parents won't allow you to not go to school. They won't. Get up, go. Doesn't matter how you feel. Then you get to church. It doesn't feel like it today. You know, let's just leave.
Yeah.
So, since we are, you know, we are Thomases. We believe by seeing. That's who we are. Like, you can tell a child anything, but if he sees otherwise, so the child picks that up. Okay, so this is not valuable, really. Okay, Oh, this is.
Now he becomes a young Thomas.
Yeah, he becomes a young. There's no value in the church. Oh, in Christ there's no value. Oh, okay, the
Yeah.
value is here,
Yeah.
and this here also has its own belief.
And
There's its own
definitely-
what is this? What is this? Gosh, you know what? I'll stick to that. But values,
Yeah.
really morals and values and all that. So remember, school now, it's not just about learning how to count. They add other things. That's what I'm saying. You can't learn English without learning stories. And there's a narrative you have to paint in a story. You can't learn Afrikaans without that. You can't learn a language without telling a story.
Yeah.
You have to tell a story somewhere so that someone knows how to construct and do all those kind of things. But what kind of story are you going to tell? So language becomes, what is this? Important also. Something you shouldn't be sleeping on, because those stories will teach this thing, kids how to think and how to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then as you're going, so the subjects start coming, and that's what I'm saying. It's no longer just about learning how to count, how the economy works, or how plants, plant this and all that. That's what I'm saying. Telling, okay, plant, okay, add water and do this and monitor. You're done. That's how you teach. But wait, here's an indoctrination. Because millions of years ago, that's an indoctrination right there.
Yeah.
That's an indoctrination. You're no longer just talking about how to grow things. Now you're adding philosophy, so forth, to it. All you had to teach the child was, listen, this is how you plant. You're done. That's how you teach. That's education. It didn't challenge, or anyway, it didn't place new information, and I would even say unnecessary information. You just know now how to plant and all that, and the trees or the food, what's the right fruit to eat, and all that. It's simple, but then the problem becomes they start adding things that shouldn't even be there.
The question now becomes, why would they add those things there? It's no longer the fact that they added them, but now I'm curious as to, or one should be curious as to understanding or wanting to know why those things have been added there in the first place. What does that have to do with 1,000,000 years ago? Or what do 1,000,000 years ago have to do with it? With just
planting.
That's
what I'm saying. Even maybe someone's teaching you, learning about your body.
Yeah. Tell that you evolved to
be. Like, what does that have to do with what I'm learning about my body? That's an indoctrination already right there.
Yeah.
Because now we're talking about how my body functions. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. How it adapts. That's it. Not it adapt because no, it did not. Yeah, adding new unnecessary information. But I know it's necessary to the people that added it. But in reality, I don't need that. That's why people can't separate that. They think, what is this? They think you need that today. Because you've been learning that since you are young.
Yeah.
So you think, dude, how does this work without that? No, it works perfectly. It's just like take for instance when you go to work. How this is how you know you really don't need much. You go to school. Yeah, a lot of information, good. Remember we were talking about the building. Yeah. So when you get there, okay, this guy needs to learn how to work with numbers.
Yeah.
Dude, they're not gonna give you a lecture about anything. Specifically, listen, this is what you do. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is just how you're gonna do it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, done. They don't give you that whole listen because of those. Yeah, we don't have listen, and then you get it right. Why? Because that's all you need.
Systems.
Yeah,
they just introduce.
Yeah, it's just a system.
Systems. That's the thing about the workplace. It's not particularly. Okay, so my girlfriend, right? She has a degree in economics. Is it? No, not economics. What's this? No, not economics. Don't give me that look. What's this finance subject?
Financial management,
No, the thing, the thing, finance.
accounting.
Accounting. Right? She did that. But now, then she gets a job. Right? she gets a job and she thinks she got the job because of her qualifications. Right? And the job that she gets is in line with her qualification. But there are people who are working in that line of work, even in her company, and they don't have accounting.
The same department.
Same department doing the same job, no accounting.
Must have made her think.
I mean, I think it's irrelevant for if you it's like oh, you went to school, okay, that's good. We are going to reward you with a permanent post, or we are going to reward you with an increase in wages.
Yeah.
You know, we'll give you a better position. You know, all of those years that you went to school.
That's why it's that whole information that you're learning usually it gets outdated so quickly because of the markets, especially today, they just change so quickly that whatever you are learning, you're already a dinosaur.
Yeah.
So at the time you come, you have to learn.
In a sense, even what we are consuming today is largely just quick. It's quick. Everything, the consumption is quick. You have something now,
yeah.
And then the next. I'll make an example with music. You know. Yeah. What were we listening to before GOM?
What were we?
Yeah. Then there was GOM. After GOM, piano. Right. But you see, when piano came in, there was a competition between it and GOM.
Yeah.
And then piano took over because it was the new sound. And that came in, and then it played for so long, people realized, man, we need something new. They went back to GOM. And so the GOM thing
It's picking up again.
is picking up again, or has been picking up. GOM is sort of back in the mainstream, in a sense, but not entirely, because it's just filled with piano. And then piano is like getting outdated. People are starting to go back to deep house, you know. People get happy when they hear deep house, you know. People are even posting on social media like, yo, like, can you just listen to deep house, you know?
Gee.
Like, tired of this piano, you know. We hear it everywhere, you know. And everyone is an amapiano DJ.
You know how it goes.
Everyone is an amapiano producer.
Everyone was a singer back then too.
Everyone
became a rapper.
You know?
Sudden. Everyone.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's people quickly jump into something new. You know, they jumped from this to that, you know. And anyway, when GOM came in, people had been listening to hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, South Africa was listening to hip hop for a good couple of years.
They did though for a while.
You know. So
its peak for me was the AKAs and the Caspers.
Casper.
Yeah, that was the peak.
That was the peak, man.
But then after that, something started happening.
Yeah. It's competition.
Yeah, it's competition. But what I like about South Africa, not like America, like we didn't make it our culture.
Yeah. It's just music.
Yeah, it was music. It was a part of, but it wasn't our culture.
Yeah.
It was not like in America where they say hip hop is their culture. You're right. It's just it was music. That's why even Kwaito, it wasn't our culture, it was part of it. We already had things going.
Yeah.
So it wasn't part. We wouldn't, but they made it their culture, and that's like rock and roll wasn't their culture. It was a genre, it was music they enjoyed, that the white people enjoyed. So whether it died, it didn't die with the white people. Now when hip hop is no longer that popular, it's kind of like it's dying with them. It's killing them also because they're
looking for other ways.
Yeah, looking for other ways. And they get mad at these kids. No, we used to spit bars. We just did it, dude.
Chill,
man. It's just music.
Yeah, man.
It's just music, but it's not culture. It's just part of their culture. So that's why I appreciate it. Even on my piano, it's a genre now. We're enjoying it. It'll pass. We didn't force it, like try to make it bigger than what it was. It was just music at that time. It was popular. It was, like if some person did that, nobody would care. Nobody would care. I was saying because I noticed that in America, like.
Noticed what?
Or like, if different races doing like the hip hop or whatever it may be, there's gonna be that conflict.
Man. And they like being offended.
Yeah, they get offended so quick. Anyway, America is a conversation on its own. But yeah, so my take is that I just like the fact that we kept music as music.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least, yeah. Other than that.
We really did.
Yeah, man. Anyway, it's been a while.
You talk about a while, it's
been a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Did we touch on anything like really important or?
I hope we did. I mean, if not,
I think we did. I think the first parts.
There'll be a part 2 of.
Yeah, but I think the first parts, those were key. What I like is we didn't talk about politics. Yeah, Mark. But I just did. Yeah, man. Let's
should
wrap
have
it
said
up.
that after we're done shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's wrap it up.
Yeah, man. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Do they even reach this? Not many reach until the end. Supposed to have said that at the beginning. I think I said that in the video before that. I was supposed to have said this.
In the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning. But I did say it.
And then I took it, I put it in the beginning.
Yes, you did that. Saying, welcome to the main.
Welcome to the main.
Welcome to the MainSplaining. That's what
Wait, no, I'm tongue-tied.
Wait, welcome to the MainSplaining channel.
Welcome to the MainSplaining channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Yes,
hit
sir.
that, hit that like button.
Hit that like button.
Yeah, that's what they say.
No, hit the bell.
Hit the bell. No, you hit that like, then the bell. Icon bell. Whatever. You know what?
Do the most.
Yeah, you know what to do. You have YouTube. Do what you gotta do.